Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla, a little Tesla short, because Ford has just released their earnings report, and this is worse than I thought. This is not looking good. I know many people and Gordon Johnson are talking about the competition that is coming, but this is not competition. Tesla has a $70,000 advantage here. So let me show you the numbers and let's dive right in. So, Ford sold 12,000 EVs in Q1, which is down 33% year over year. And we can't blame that on the F-150 Lightning shutdown of the production, as they didn't even produce that pickup truck last year in Q1. So even though the F-150 Lightning was shut down, they did produce and deliver some F-150 Lightning in Q1, which they didn't last year. So that car's deliveries is of course up, but that just means that the Mark-E are seeing a big decline in sales. So that's not good. Had this been Tesla, the mainstream media would have been all over it. But for the Ford Mark-E to be down in a market that is rapidly growing is not a very good sign. It is not as easy as Tesla makes it look like. And even though Jim Farley's Ford CEO was out saying that Tesla dropping the price could hurt their brand, but because Ford is down 33% in EV sales and their Mark-E is inferior to the Model Y but still more expensive, they are forced to do the exact same thing now, as Ford has just cut their prices between $3,000 to $4,000 on a product they already lose money on. Ouch. And just remember, Tesla sold 423,000 EVs in Q1, which was up 36% year over year, and mainstream media was talking about how it was a bad quarter for Tesla. Sure, but remember, what Ford sold in the entire quarter is equivalent to 2.5 days worth of production and sales for Tesla. But this is very troubling, as Ford has raised their target from 160,000 units in 2025, just 3 years ago, to now be 2 million in 2026. And that's all good, writing a new target, easy. But it does not mean that they will get there. But it should mean that every single quarter they should be growing and growing fast to have any kind of hope to get to 2 million units by 2026. Ford EV's business, unlike their ICE business, should not see a big seasonal change in deliveries, should only be going up. But the F-150 Lightning was shut down in Q1, so we can't really compare their numbers to Q4, but even year over year, they are down. So a whole year has passed and they have not grown their EV business. That's not good. Between the last 5 quarters, Q1 of 2023 is the lowest in unit sales. Tesla is only growing quarter over quarter over quarter over quarter, except Q2 of last year because of the COVID lockdown on the Shanghai factory. But still, even though that quarter was down compared to the quarter before it, it was still up 25% year over year, because in a span of a whole year, Tesla is growing quite fast. So still up 25% year over year with a lockdown. But Ford, in the first quarter of 2023, they are down 33% in EV sales. Not good. And Ford's EV unit lost $700 million, where Tesla generated $3 billion in profit. What competition! And remember how the whole world was talking about how Tesla cutting prices would hurt their profits. And I said, don't worry about Tesla's smaller cross margin, but watch out for the other OEMs missing cross margins. And Ford earnings report could not have been a better example of exactly that. Ford's EV EBIT margin is negative 102%. Yes, it does cost Ford more than twice the amount to produce the car than they are able to sell it for. And now Tesla has just forced them to lower their price even more. Ouch. And I think one of the reasons Ford is losing so much money is because the insane big battery there is in the Ford F-150 Lightning. Very expensive for Ford. So I think they're losing a lot of money on that car compared to the Ford Mach-E. And that is before the Cybertruck comes out to the market in only a few months. That is going to be such a big blow to Ford, as Ford has none pricing power whatsoever. Tesla is holding all the cards. And remember, Tesla's margins are 90% plus, and that was painted as bad by the mainstream media, even though this was industry-leading gross margin. And then we see Ford come out with a negative 102% and sell less EV than a year ago. Tell me one more time, how is this competition? Each EV Ford sells generate an average loss of $60,000, and each Tesla sold generate an average profit of $10,000. There is a difference in earnings between Tesla and Ford's EVs about $70,000. Tesla has a $70,000 advantage. How is this competition? Ford is doing many things right. Many great moves, like also being at the Fully Charged live show in England, where I tested the car, drove it and talked to the people there. Very, very good. But becoming a profitable EV manufacturer is very, very difficult, and Ford is nowhere near home safe. As we can see, their cash net to debt has gone down from $16.1 billion in 2021 to only $9 billion in 2023. How much longer can this go on? And when Tesla showed numbers like this back in the day, as more vehicles they sold, the more money they lost. As we can see, this is exactly what Ford did through 2022. There were a lot of analysts out saying about Tesla was structurally unprofitable because of that. Remember that? And here we are, half a decade later, and we see the same thing for Ford. Can't wait to hear those smart people saying that Ford is structurally unprofitable. Yeah, that will probably not happen, because they were just trying to hurt Tesla and get their stock to go down. Don't think Ford will see the same kind of hate as Tesla had to fight through. So huge props to Ford for opening up their Model E business here. But it's not looking very good. And I still think that they have just done this to spin off their EV business so Ford Blue can just go bankrupt and they then can continue as Ford Model E. But it's going to be very interesting to see if Ford can actually stay alive here. But yeah, it's not looking good. But that is all I want to talk about in this little Tesla short. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help this video out a lot. But until next time, take care out there and be nice.